Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. So, we're going to be talking about something very important, and this is something that people ask me all the time. How can I monetize my efforts on LinkedIn simply and easily? And that is what we are going to be going over today. So, buckle up and let's dive on in. Hey everyone, Scott Aaron here. Thank you so much again for joining today. If you are coming on live, please hop into the comments below. Please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you do happen to watch this on the replay. And please feel free to tag some people, share this video, like, love, support, react to this any which way you want. And if we're not yet connected on LinkedIn, don't forget to head over to my LinkedIn profile, hit my follow button, and then turn my LinkedIn notification bell on so you don't miss any of my content that I produce Monday through Saturday, but more importantly, my 2 free live trainings each and every week, which are Mondays and Thursdays between 10 and 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now, if I'm coming through loud and clear, you can see me loud and clear. Just type a Y or a yes in the chat. I just want to make sure before we dive into today's topic that there are no visual or audio issues. Again, I've had this happen in the past where I've had to restart, delete, and then come back on. So if someone that's watching this live just can communicate that to me, just to let me know that everything is sound, everything is good. You can hear and see clearly. Hey, Lori, awesome. Appreciate that very, very much. Okay. Now, yes, thank you, Lori. I really appreciate you doing that. Now, drop a number 1, just the number 1 in the chat if you feel that you could improve monetizing what you're doing on LinkedIn. So drop a number 1 in the chat if you feel you can improve what you're doing on LinkedIn to monetize your efforts. Because here's the thing. There are a lot of people out there that are going to tell you this, that, the other, doing certain things is going to make that happen. And I'm not saying that what they're telling you is wrong. But what I will say to you is that there are easier ways. There are simpler ways. And Lori says, number 1, awesome. And again, my dad always told me when one person, comes forward and says certain things, they're speaking for 9 others that maybe feel the same way, but haven't necessarily said anything. So here's the thing. There is no secret sauce. There is no hidden trick, but there are 3 things that you can be doing on LinkedIn to better monetize your efforts. So number 1, this is key. This is key. With networking on LinkedIn, if you are not focused on relationship marketing, you are missing the boat. So Nancy and I interviewed a gentleman by the name of Andy Crestadina, incredible business owner. He's been on the Inc. 5000 list 3 times. He knows what he's doing. He does website optimization and SEO for large B2B companies and firms. And he said to us on this podcast, he goes, if you're not making friends in business, you're not in business at all. And I think this is where there is definitely a defining line between what some people are doing on LinkedIn and what most people should be doing on LinkedIn. There are still too many people that are pitching and selling and spamming. That is not relationship marketing. Relationship marketing is taking the time to build a quality network, to network with your connections, to find out what they do for work, maybe some things that they need help with, what referrals would be good for them, and vice versa. Too many people are looking to just sell and pitch. Buy my stuff, join this program, hire me. That's not what LinkedIn is for. LinkedIn is all about relationship marketing. That's what really moves the needle forward. So if you make a very clear and apparent effort to better network and build relationships with your connections, you will have business for life. Referral partners play one of the most important role in your business. You need to be building business allies. You need to be building trusted relationships with your connections. If that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. And if you feel that you need to be doing a better job of building better relationships and selling and pitching less, just type the word me. Let's be honest with ourselves, because in the beginning, I 100% was selling and pitching too much. In the very beginning, when I started on LinkedIn back in 2013, 2014, I was all about the sale. But what shifted for me when I switched to focusing more on the relationship rather than the sales pitch, that's when my business started to grow. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. And Lori says me. And first and foremost, I just want to shout out Lori for being so open, for being so vulnerable, and for being so transparent. That's big. So if anybody else wants to be vulnerable and admit that they need to do less selling and pitching and more relationship building, type a me in the chat just like Lori has done. It's important to recognize that your efforts are maybe falling short because of the approach that you have. And you may have great intentions. You want to help people. And Mike says me. Yeah. When you do less selling and pitching and more relationship building, your business will prosper. So focus on relationship marketing. Number two, create value-added content each week. I have leads. I have people reaching out to me each and every week solely based on the content that they're seeing on LinkedIn. Whether it's lives like this, whether it's market research polls that I do, a poll that I did recently has gotten close to 250 votes. Whether it's my newsletter, which is approaching 7,500 subscribers, which I am so grateful for. I make a focused effort to make sure that every single piece of content that I put out on LinkedIn is chock full of value. That someone can take something away from it, apply it to their business, or apply it to their life, and it moves their needle forward. You have to ask yourselves, is the content that I'm producing on LinkedIn, what I'm putting out there, is it leaving people better? Is it helping them without asking for anything back in return? And is it chock full of value? If what you're putting out there is just hot air, meaning it's just selling and pitching, right? It's just product pictures. It's just pitching what you're doing. And it's not giving free value. You're not going to have the right results on LinkedIn. If you look at any of my content on LinkedIn, the only time I ever really pitch anything is when I'm doing a free workshop. So I'm pitching something that's completely free. So I'm giving more value on top of more value. What people need to understand is that when you are seen by your business allies and your business connections as a person of value, you are also seen as a trusted resource. So, do you feel that trusted resources get more introductions, more referrals, and more leads? You better believe it. No one will refer anyone to anyone else that they don't know, like, or trust. No one will refer business to someone that is just going to sell and pitch that person's connection. You want to be a trusted resource. And one of the best ways to do that is creating value added content each week. If you have committed to creating value added content each week, type a Y or a yes. And if you aren't, type an N or a no if you're not. If you are currently, drop a Y or a yes. If you know you need to do better and more, drop an N or a no. Because you have to understand, you need to look yourself in the mirror. You need to look at your own content and say, you know what? This is garbage. This is not valuable information. This is not helping someone and their business. It's not. And Mike says, yes. Well, I've had the pleasure and honor of working with Mike for over the last 2.5 years. So I'm not surprised. Be honest with yourselves. Is the content that you're producing value added? If it is, yes. If it's not, no. Creating value added content each week will, over time, monetize your efforts. People invest in other people that are value added individuals, that are people of value, that have businesses of value, offers of value, services of value. It's just how it goes. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Again, if you're coming on late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay. If you're watching this on the replay, tag some people, share this video, like, love, support, react to this any which way you want. And please also do not forget to head over to my LinkedIn profile, hit my follow button, and then turn my LinkedIn notification bell on so you don't miss any of my content. Now, again, in review, number 1, focus on relationship marketing. Number 2, create value-added content each week. And number 3, do a free monthly LinkedIn Live event. Now, first and foremost, you have to have creator mode turned on in order to do this. You have to have creator mode turned on, which gives you access to LinkedIn Live and LinkedIn Live events. Nancy and I have a client, Gary Miles, amazing guy. Follow him on LinkedIn. He's been in the law industry for 40 plus years. He now does private coaching and consulting for law professionals that are looking for more work-life harmonious balance while succeeding in business, but also succeeding in life. He's just about finished writing his first book. He's got an amazing podcast called The Free Lawyer on iTunes. So Gary, per our recommendation, we said, listen, Gary, do a monthly LinkedIn Live event that is teaching something that you coach people on for free, give them some value. And he's been doing this now for about, I would say 6 months, 7 months. And it's instrumentally changed his business. He literally picks up clients every single time he does one of these LinkedIn Live events. And he gets hundreds of people to register. And here's why it works. Because Gary is not selling or pitching. Gary is hosting a free LinkedIn Live event each month that is teaching, training, educating, and informing those participants about something that can and will benefit their life without giving him $1. Now, after that event is done, If people are so inclined to want to work more deeply with him, guess what they do? They reach out. Gary, how can I work with you? Gary, love what you talked about. Do you do any coaching? And after every single one of those workshops, he has someone step forward and says, I want to hire you. And he's not doing anything fancy. He's just providing high value for nothing once a month to a targeted audience. That's why LinkedIn Live events are so important. That's why I do 2 free LinkedIn Live trainings every single week. That's 8 trainings a month. I am just giving people for free. And if somebody wants to reach out and say, hey, how can I work with you? Do you have any programs? Do you have a membership? Whatever it is. If they ask, I'm going to tell them, but I'm not pitching any of those things. I'm not. I don't need to. It's there if people want it. All they have to do is ask. But my number one job is to build trust, build rapport, right? To be a person of value. And if you just did that one free monthly LinkedIn Live event on some sort of topic or subtopic of what it is that your zone of genius is, it's going to invite a whole new world of people in. It's going to also bring people across the bridge to want to work with you. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Again, remember, 3 things that you can do to monetize your efforts on LinkedIn very simply. Number 1, focus on relationship marketing. Building relationships on this platform should be your number 1 goal. That is what's going to allow your business to grow. Number 2, create value-added content each week. Give in order to get. And finally, do a free monthly LinkedIn Live event to hone in on your specialty, on your expertise, on your zone of genius, whatever you want to call it. Give that information for free. And Lori says yes. Virginia says yes. So everyone, I would love to hear from you, whether you're live or on the replay. Drop in the comments below, what was your biggest takeaway from today's training? What helped you the most? What moved the needle forward most for you? So everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Love and gratitude, and I'll talk to you next time.